Hey y'all, it's Leah. I'm excited to share with you the 4-step apology. I've personally used it to repair all kinds of ruptures in my marriage and beyond. But before we go there, here's why skills like it matter. If you're dating, engaged, or just married, someone has probably told you marriage is hard, as if that's the baseline and what you can expect. Boo! Boo! As a relationship guide who works with couples and as a married person who's gone through it and come out the other side, I just don't agree at all. I believe marriage can be baseline incredible and get even better from there. But especially with the experiences I've had in my own relationship, I can see where they are coming from. Marriage is hard if you do not have the relational skills necessary to make it easier, let alone baseline incredible. From my own lived experience, I can attest that marriage without relational skills can feel like, at best, having a decent roommate. Sure, you don't really feel known or cherished or connected, but at least they pick up after themselves. And more often than not, it erodes, right? Like, it erodes to having the same conversation or the same conflict over and over and over and over and over again, and never finding a solution or feeling further from your partner than you started. Feeling alone, even when they're sitting across from you. And sometimes even questioning whether or not you made the right choice in being with your partner at all. I know how painful those can feel. Yeah. And they are directly related to the lack of relational skills. And just like mine did, most premarital programs fall drastically short of what creates conscious connection and relational depth because they focus on compatibility. Most premarital programs fall drastically short because their focus is compatibility. Have you talked about sex and money and kids, etc.? Do you line up on values? The fact is, compatibility does not equal an incredible marriage. Let me say that again. Compatibility does not equal an incredible marriage. Compatibility doesn't prepare you for when shit hits the fan. It does not equip you to navigate conflict as a pathway to greater connection rather than perpetual cycles. And it does not create intimacy and connection. The way you relate does. Compatibility does not create intimacy and connection. The way you relate does. And relating is dictated by your nervous system, relational patterns you learned as a kid to survive, and the skill of repair. As an official relationship bootcamp of Terry Real and relational life therapy, of which I'm a certified practitioner, this experience, this bootcamp, goes underneath all the topics of compatibility and impacts the bedrock of how you relate so that you can have a marriage or a partnership that is baseline incredible. If you're leaned in, let's go on. In this immersive experience, we're gonna demystify the dynamics and the intricacies of your unique partnership that keeps y'all from greater trust, connection, and intimacy. Yes, we will absolutely learn relational skills and will also befriend and work with y'all's parts who won't and do not want to use them. We all have them. Including the parts who, on a bad day, would rather fight, withdraw, stonewall, complain, control, or fix when your partner does that thing. And we're not just going to learn about or practice relational skills, but this experience, we're going to experience them from the inside out. Inside out in a supportive environment with direct hands-on coaching. So you and your partner, you can risk and repair and evolve in real time. I have spent over 15 years on my own journey of relationality, and I'm trained in some of the most powerful modalities for healing and transformation. I'm also a certified relationship bootcamp facilitator and relational life therapy practitioner, and I weave together my experience in the nervous system, in parts work, relational ecology, grounded spirituality, and mysticism to offer what my husband and I needed before marriage, not after. It wasn't until after we got married that we discovered that true intimacy, authenticity, joy, connection, it's cultivated through relational living. It is not a byproduct of compatibility. And relational living takes skill. Now, thanks to our journey, which included our own boot camp, our marriage's baseline is incredible. Like, poof! Praise God. I feel so grateful for that. It's only gotten better from there. Think more joy, more fun, more feeling known, more magic, more adventure, more depth, more contentment. This one, more moving through conflict into greater connection instead of getting stuck and spinning our wheels in the hard things, causing pain for ourselves and one another. I guide couples in their first year all the way to their 30th year of marriage and beyond, and they find me when they're hanging on by a thread. And by that time, I mean, there's so much healing and repair to do. So this light bulb went off for me when I was like, wait a minute, we need a boot camp that swims upstream before the literally insane divorce rates to offer pre-marriage and just married folks the tools, the skills, and the experience of transformation that is offered through relational living so that your marriage can be baseline incredible and just get better from there. Let's not wait until we're in the shit. Let's do it from the beginning so the whole experience can be beautiful. Right? And so to participate, there are two options to choose from. You can scroll down as you're watching to read through the details as I name them, if that's useful for you. And if your partner and you don't yet have a working mechanism to bring your nervous systems back into a state of connection, I want you to pay a special attention to the second option. So the first option is the RLT, Relational Life Therapy, RLT Essential Skills Bootcamp. This equips you with all the skills needed to live relationally and cultivate an incredible partnership. And our small, curated cohort will meet online over 2 full days, and at the end, you'll have clarity and real shifts in the patterns that keep y'all stuck in disconnection, and practice ways of relating honed through hands-on coaching and support, and concrete tools to set boundaries, take timeouts, give feedback, proactively repair, and foster deep connection. You're gonna have the felt, the embodied experience of relational intimacy and the pathway on how to get back to it. And then last, this sense of confidence and clarity on how to actively participate in making your marriage or partnership baseline incredible. Option 2. So that's option 1, right? A 2-day relational RLT Essential Skills Relational Bootcamp. Option 2 is informed by this reality that a regulated nervous system is a prerequisite to living relationally. A regulated nervous system is a prerequisite to living relationally. In fact, it's the foundation of well-being itself. When your physical body is out of a state of connection, the neurobiological platforms required for relational living are literally unavailable. Literally unavailable, rendering all the skills inoperable. So if you don't yet know how to track and reliably shift your nervous system out of a state of protection and into a state of connection, I highly recommend this option. We'll still be in that small curated cohort, and we'll engage with the first full 2 days of the boot camp. And then we're going to come back for an additional half day full of experientials and tools centered on tracking and shifting your nervous system so that you are physiologically empowered to use the skills of the bootcamp. I have curated and brought together so much of my training and expertise in the nervous system, and I'm going to download it to this cohort on this additional half day. And at the end, you're going to have everything from the bootcamp that I named in option 1, plus a foundational understanding of the nervous system and how it functions in relationship, the capacity to actually track your nervous system and accurately identify when your physiology is out of a state of connection, and then practical and effective ways to reliably shift your system back into connection, which is required for relational living. And the majority of folks who go through bootcamp want to continue their journey. It's like once you've had a taste of how good it can be, you only want more. And I think the most beautiful part, in my opinion, is that the journey is never over, because there is always more love to receive. It can always get better. Woo, that is good news. It can always get better. And so within this option 2, included in this option is access to Clear the Way's foundational course, which equips you with 10 hours of a self-paced journey, deepening your knowledge of who love is. Who love is. Who love is, what blocks you from receiving love, how to clear the way using real neurobiological mechanisms, including things like memory reconsolidation, parts work, and attachment, so that you can receive and embody all the love you are designed to, which, guess what? Circles back to more relational living. So this is just supplementary information that you could go on as an individual or with your partner to deepen all of the transformation that you have received in the boot camp itself. So those are the 2 options: the 2-day RLT Essential Skills Bootcamp, or second option of the 2.5-day with the additional course available to you. Okay, so with all of that, I'm excited. You have 2 options as the next step before I get into the 4-step apology. 2 options. First, if you're ready, go ahead and register. I intentionally curate these small groups and only host them a few times a year, so I want to make sure that you snag a slot that is optimum for you. You can register for your bootcamp on this page. I've also, just as a note, I've had folks put them on their wedding registry or ask for them as an engagement gift. And just like a little tip as you orient around it. The second step, if you have questions and would like to meet and get to know each other a bit before you register, I welcome that. You can book a free 15-minute curiosity call through the link below, and I look forward to getting to meet you and really understanding what questions you might have before this feels like the just right fit for you. Here's my bottom line. I absolutely believe that marriage and conscious long-term partnership can be baseline, incredible, and get even better from there. It can always get better. And I am absolutely convinced it will not happen on its own. And it will not happen as a byproduct of compatibility. If you want a baseline, incredible marriage, this is an opportunity to get equipped with the relational skills and neurobiological mechanisms to actively participate in making that your reality. I encourage you to join us. Okay? So that's why skills matter. Skills and relational skills matter. Yeah? And now, to go on to the 4-step apology, it is one skill. It's one skill that is associated with relationality, and it comes directly out of relational life therapy created by Terry Real. Like I said, I have used this apology to repair all kinds of ruptures in my marriage and beyond. It feels like literal magic in the ways that it creates repair. And so it's just one of the many skills that cultivate a life-generating relationship, but it is such a powerful one. Firstly, let's talk about an apology in general, like the functionality of an apology. It is meant to function. It is meant to function as repair. Right? It's meant to bring two people who have experienced a rupture back together, right? in a reconnected way. The problem is a one-word apology or a two-word apology, I'm sorry, it leaves the hurt party less than satisfied. Most often, right? If someone says, I'm sorry, it often leaves these like gaps in what we feel like we might need in order to feel fully reconnected. It can feel like, do you truly get why I'm upset or hurt? Or are you just saying sorry? Do you understand how you impacted me? And depending on the context, it can feel like someone is just trying to fix whatever happened or sidestep real ownership and responsibility. And there's nothing truly reparative about a one or two word apology because there's no explicit mechanism for the hurt party to voice what would make it better, leaving both the hurt party and the person who did the hurting at best net neutral, right? Maybe we're not fighting, but we're not like fully reconnected and in this really, really beautiful place of life-generating relationship. And if you've picked it up, I'm just trying to think my words. I'm not a person who settles for net neutral. I'm laughing because that is just so true about me. I don't settle for net neutral. Especially when net incredible is available. Yeah, I do not settle for net neutral when net incredible is available. And so that's why I use the 4-step apology. I suggest you exchange your 2 or 1 word apology for these 4 steps instead. Ready? Number 1. Step 1. Take full ownership and radical responsibility. That is step 1 with the 4-step apology. I did the thing. Full stop. I did the thing. I did this. Not I did this because you did that. Or I did this, but you don't understand. Or, oh, I did this, but here's all the context. I did the thing. This works particularly well when someone is telling you that you did the thing, right? Often our partners come to us and say, you did that. They bring something to our awareness. And if we respond, yeah, I did the thing. That is step number 1. Step number 2. It's predicated on the general truth that we are humans of patterns. So step number 2 is owning the pattern. It's not the first time I've done it. I did the thing, and it's not the first time I've done this thing. I did the thing, and it's not the first time I've done this thing. Owning the pattern that this is something that you, my partner who is hurt, have probably experienced from me before. Step 3. Step 3 is recognizing that pattern over time. Recognizing that pattern over time. So I did the thing. It's not the first time I've done the thing. And it's part of this bigger pattern that I need to work on. I did the thing. It's not the first time I've done the thing. And it's part of a bigger pattern that I need to work on. I've done it before. Recognizing this pattern over time. I'm going to work on this thing that I have done before. And then, and this is the thing that you have to take away, right? Your action item out of this is actually doing the work. Hire a guide, coach, therapist, whatever. Read books, listen to podcasts, make relationality your hobby. Actually go and do the work on the thing that you have said, yeah, I've done it before and it's part of a bigger pattern. Step 4, repair in the moment. Repair in the moment. This might sound like, is there anything that I can do right now to make it a little better? Yo, that is a magical sentence. When someone brings something to you, when your partner brings something to you and is upset, is there anything that I can do right now to make it a little better? That's step 4. And that is the mechanism of repair. You're asking your partner, please tell me how I can reconnect with you. I'm going to review the 4 steps and then I have secret steps. Secret additional steps. Step 1, take full ownership and radical responsibility. I did the thing. Step 2, owning the pattern. It's not the first time I've done it. Step 3, recognize the pattern over time. I've done this thing before, and it's part of this bigger pattern that I need to work on. Step 4, repair in the moment. Is there anything I can do right now to make it a little better? That is the magical 4-step apology. And now I'm going to give you 2 secret steps, additional steps, things that I made up. Secret step 5, proactively plan for the future. We've asked, is there anything that I can do right now to make it a little better? And we've said, hey, I'm going to take this away and work on this larger pattern. I think there's a real opportunity here to ask our partner, if you had a direct request for the future, what would it be? If you could change something about what I did, what would have been? So we're actually proactively saying, okay, they didn't like A, and we know they didn't like A. We've apologized for A. We know we have done A before. We're going to work on it. And this little thing that we can do to make it a little better right now, what would you have wanted me to do instead? Or how can I fix it in the future is secret step 5. And we're asking for a direct request, something that you can take action on. And then secret step 6, this is a key. Be generous and clear with your partner. When your partner asks for something that they need in the moment to make it a little better and something they want for the future to be different, be generous with what you can give them. If your relationship comes back into connection, it is good for you. Be generous and clear. If your partner asks for something that you actually don't think you can make good on, be clear about that. I can't give you A. I hear that's really important to you. I can give you B and C. What I can commit to you is, and be generous. All in the spirit of repair, because repair leads to connection, and the research says that when we move through repair, connection is actually stronger on the other side. Conflict is a pathway to greater intimacy if we repair on purpose. All right, y'all. That's all I got. So next steps. One, I hope the 4-step apology is magical to you. I hope you use it, and I hope you see the fruits. I hope you experience the reconnection with your partner when you use that skill. And your 2 next steps, really one and then maybe a second, is 1, if y'all are ready, register for a boot camp. You can do it below. I would love to have you. And then 2, you can schedule a call if you have some questions that you need answered or you want to get to know me a bit. You can schedule a call below. And then lastly, your relationship, your marriage, or your conscious long-term partnership, I'm just gonna say it again, it can be baseline incredible, and it can get even better from there. I am so excited for that to be your reality. And because my mission is to actively participate in manifesting love on the planet, I fully believe that love will be the majority experience on the planet at some point, and I'm going to actively participate in bringing it to there alongside all the other people who are. Because that's my mission, I'll also say that your partnership being incredible, it doesn't just impact you. Your partnership being incredible doesn't just generate life for you. The more people who live in alignment with the reality that we are all interconnected with respect and honor of our inherent relationality, the more the world will look and feel like love. Yeah, I believe that. That's why I do what I do. And so as you get the skills and learn about the nervous system and bring it all together and live more relational lives, and your marriage and your partnership becomes baseline incredible, you're going to impact your future kids or the kids that you have right now. You're going to impact your family. You're going to impact your workplaces. You're going to impact the people that you meet. You're going to impact the planet and the beings that live on it. This is about you and beyond you. Oh, I could preach on that. Listen. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. And I hope any of it was useful for you. And I look forward to seeing you soon.